Welcome back to our Time Travel Clock channel. In this video, we explore the lives of 10 major stars who have faced their battles with addiction and left a lasting mark on entertainment history. Veronica Lake, famous for her iconic peekaboo hairstyle, was another star whose battle with addiction led to her downfall. Lake's rapid rise to fame brought with it immense stress and anxiety, which she attempted to manage through alcohol. Her dependence on alcohol soon affected her work, leading to clashes with co-stars and directors and causing her career to falter. Lake's financial situation deteriorated, and she filed for bankruptcy in the 1960s. Despite attempts to revive her career, her health and personal struggles prevented her from reclaiming her former stardom. She died at the age of 50 from hepatitis, a disease complicated by years of alcohol abuse. Frances Farmer was a rising Hollywood star in the 1930s, celebrated for her beauty and strong-willed personality. However, her career was marked by her struggles with mental health and alcohol abuse. Farmer's erratic behavior led to multiple arrests, and eventually, she was declared mentally incompetent and institutionalized. During her time in psychiatric care, she underwent harsh treatments, including electroshock therapy and lobotomies, which left her physically and emotionally scarred. Farmer's career never recovered, and she died at the age of 56, her life forever marred by addiction and mental health struggles. These stars, despite their immense talent, fell victim to the destructive power of addiction. Their stories serve as a reminder that fame and success often come at a great personal cost, and behind the glamorous facades, many are fighting unseen battles. Marilyn Monroe is one of Hollywood's most iconic figures, known for her stunning beauty, unforgettable performances, and captivating presence. Yet, behind her glamorous facade was a woman battling immense pressure and emotional turmoil. Monroe's troubles with drugs began as a result of the relentless demands of stardom. Constantly under the spotlight and facing public scrutiny, she turned to prescription drugs, particularly sleeping pills and sedatives, to cope with the stress. Monroe's dependence on medication grew over time, creating a vicious cycle. She needed pills to stay awake and perform, and then took more to fall asleep at night. This reliance severely affected her professional life. There were numerous occasions when she arrived late on set, and at times, her performances were inconsistent, largely due to her medicated state. Directors and co-stars grew frustrated, and her reliability became a serious issue, jeopardizing her career. Her addiction also strained her personal relationships. Her marriages, including those to Joe DiMaggio and Arthur Miller, were deeply affected by her emotional instability and reliance on drugs. Both partners struggled to cope with her erratic behavior and mood swings, ultimately leading to separation. Tragically, Monroe's life was cut short when she died at the age of 36 from a barbiturate overdose, a devastating end for such a beloved star. Chet Baker, a brilliant jazz musician known for his smooth trumpet playing and sultry vocals, faced a lifelong battle with heroin addiction. His troubles began in the 1950s, when he was rising to fame in the jazz world, but heroin quickly became a central part of his life, overshadowing his immense talent. Baker's addiction made him highly unreliable. He would frequently miss performances, show up late, or not appear at all. This erratic behavior damaged his professional relationships and tarnished his reputation in the music industry. Financially, Baker's addiction drained him. He often pawned his musical instruments to pay for drugs, leading to periods of homelessness and deep poverty. His addiction also led to multiple arrests for drug possession. The most devastating physical consequence came in 1966, when he was severely beaten during a drug deal gone wrong, resulting in the loss of most of his front teeth. This injury severely impacted his ability to play the trumpet, and he had to painfully relearn the instrument using dentures. Despite these setbacks, Baker continued to perform until his death in 1988, but his legacy remains forever intertwined with his struggles with addiction. John Belushi was a comedic genius known for his high-energy performances on Saturday Night Live, and in hit movies like Animal House and The Blues Brothers. However, behind his humor was a man deeply entrenched in a battle with drug addiction. Belushi's rise to fame in the late 1970s brought with it immense pressure to constantly perform and exceed expectations. The entertainment industry during this period was notoriously permissive when it came to drug use, and Belushi quickly became involved in a lifestyle where drugs, particularly cocaine, were easily accessible. Cocaine became Belushi's drug of choice, giving him the energy to keep up with his demanding career. However, his dependence on the drug quickly spiraled into addiction. He began showing up late to sets, if he showed up at all, and his health visibly deteriorated. Friends and family, including his wife Judy, tried to intervene, but their efforts were unsuccessful. Belushi's addiction ultimately led to his tragic death at the age of 33, from a lethal combination of cocaine and heroin, a mixture often referred to as a speedball. His sudden passing shocked the world and highlighted the dangers of the fast-paced, drug-fueled lifestyle in Hollywood. The star of The Wizard of Oz, Judy Garland, faced a lifelong struggle with addiction that began when she was just a teenager. As a young actress under contract with MGM Studios, Garland was subjected to a grueling work schedule and intense pressure to maintain a particular image. To help her cope, studio executives and doctors prescribed her amphetamines to keep her energized and barbiturates to help her sleep. This cycle of using uppers to stay awake and downers to sleep created a crippling dependency that would follow Garland for the rest of her life. Professionally, her addiction made her increasingly unreliable. She often arrived late on set or forgot her lines, and as her reputation deteriorated, she was fired from several projects. Personally, her addiction contributed to the breakdown of her marriages, as her emotional instability and erratic behavior drove a wedge between her and her partners. Despite her struggles, Garland made several comebacks, delivering remarkable performances that reminded the world of her extraordinary talent. However, her addiction cast a shadow over her successes, and she ultimately died at the age of 47 from a barbiturate overdose, leaving behind a legacy of both brilliance and tragedy. Montgomery Clift, known for his intense performances and striking good looks, saw his promising career derailed by addiction following a devastating car accident in 1956. The accident left him with severe facial injuries, requiring extensive surgery. The physical pain and emotional trauma of his altered appearance drove Clift to alcohol and prescription painkillers. His addiction severely impacted his acting career. Once known for his meticulous preparation and method of acting, Clift's performances became inconsistent, and his addiction dulled his sharp instincts. His physical appearance also changed, making it harder for him to land the leading man roles he was once famous for. Isolated and battling his demons alone, Clift's life was tragically cut short when he died of a heart attack at the age of 45. Lenny Bruce was a groundbreaking comedian who revolutionized stand-up with his candid, no-holds-barred style. However, Bruce's career was plagued by drug addiction. Initially, his drug use began recreationally within the jazz and comedy scene, but it quickly spiraled out of control. As his addiction deepened, Bruce's performances began to suffer. Once known for his quick wit and sharp intellect, he often appeared on stage disheveled and unable to maintain his train of thought. Bruce's legal troubles were numerous. He was arrested multiple times for drug possession and obscenity charges due to his controversial comedy. These legal battles drained his finances and consumed his energy. His addiction isolated him from friends and family, and he died of a drug overdose at the age of 40, leaving behind a legacy as both a comedic genius and a cautionary tale. Robert Mitchum was Hollywood's quintessential tough guy, known for his deep voice and intense presence on screen. Though he managed to avoid the devastating consequences of addiction that some of his peers faced, Mitchum's encounter with drugs became infamous when he was arrested for marijuana possession in 1948. The highly publicized arrest could have ruined his career, but instead, it cemented his bad boy image. Mitchum's real struggle, however, was with alcohol. His drinking was a constant presence in his life, part of the Hollywood culture of the time. Though it sometimes led to erratic behavior on set, Mitchum was largely able to maintain his professionalism and deliver compelling performances despite his struggles. Jazz legend Billie Holiday, known for her soulful voice and haunting performances, faced a lifelong struggle with heroin addiction. Introduced to drugs early in her career, Holiday used heroin to cope with the pressures of fame and the pain of her tumultuous personal life. Her addiction led to numerous arrests, and she served time in prison for drug possession. Her addiction took a toll on her voice and performance, and despite several comebacks, she was never able to fully escape the grip of heroin. Holiday died at the age of 44, her body ravaged by years of substance abuse, leaving a legacy of musical brilliance shadowed by her personal demons. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, don't forget to leave us positive comments. See you in the next video.